Whammy Grammy.
Whammy Grammy, Al. Nice to see you.
What's up?
Oh, not much.
Good to see you too.
Thanks. I like your sweater.
Thanks. I like your beard. Did you get it trimmed?
I did. Earlier this week, I went to the barber to get a haircut for the first time in almost 2 years.
And? It obviously didn't work out well because you still got the hat on.
It was nice. Oh, I don't know. I just took a shower and wanted to put a hat on. Yeah.
You have the symmetry. Same like look.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. So if I'm like upside down, I don't look weird.
If your hand's standing around.
Yeah, then I just look the same.
Because
people don't have to crane their neck to be like, oh, it's Gertz.
Yeah, when it's Winnipeg winter, it gets slippery on the sidewalk. So sometimes you want to go, hands first.
Yeah, and if I'm in like the southern hemisphere, then I don't have to flip.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right on.
Right on is right, Alex. There was a puppy there when I got my haircut. It went under my feet.
Did you touch it?
It touched the back of my feet and stuff, I guess.
So you didn't pet it?
Well, I was getting my haircut. I think I did earlier. Not at the time,
nice.
though.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a puppy by my feet right now, too. Laying down. He really wants to go outside.
Yeah, well, tell him to hold his horses.
He's holding them currently and will continue to hold them until it's time to go.
Yeah,
because he knows I'm the boss here.
Really?
Of this part of the house, at least.
Yeah.
In the living room section, he's usually the boss. He's vomited on the rug and stuff like that. That's a pretty boss move, honestly. So I'll give him that.
Yeah, but you've probably vomited there. Hell, I've probably vomited in your house, and I don't, call myself the boss.
Nah.
No.
I don't know if I've actually vomited it in here yet.
Yeah, I don't think I've vomited in your home either.
I think you got close that one night, but...
And we all get close.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Right on, Alex. Well, another busy week of all that skateboarding and stuff, eh?
Yeah, I feel as though I've missed several things.
Well, everyone's got to miss things. Man, I end up watching stuff, and I'm like, why am I watching this? Like, not absorbing it. I'm like, there's no way we're going to talk about whatever the fuck I'm watching at the time. I don't know.
Yeah, I found myself watching something last night that was very interesting. I was not planning on bringing it up. I was not planning on suggesting that you watch it. Although, at this point, I might as well suggest that you watch it. But basically, I was flipping through Insta, as one does, and I was on the Minneapolis Clips Instagram page.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've seen it.
I think.
Posted some clips of some random kid, and he does, that outrail? It's like goofy backside.
Yep.
Classic.
Yeah, the one that's like a shitty crack. Yeah, I hate it. I sacked on it
he
super hard years ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, there's a clip of it. You'll see it.
Did you do like a cartwheel out of it maybe?
No, something? I hit my tailbone ass and grab my ass and I think I fall down. Old really long shitty blonde hair.
Have we talked about that on this
I don't know.
show?
It might have been in it. I'm not sure. I don't think we talked
Anyways, so this kid does a 50-50 360 out on it, which I thought was cool.
I
was like,
yeah.
Oh, you saw that? Yeah. So I went to the guy's page. Did you investigate any further?
Probably not, no.
So I went to the guy's page and it's like all snowboard clips. And so I was like, okay, that's kind of
makes sense for the
trick, yeah. But then I ended up clicking on the part because it had just dropped, and I saw that it was 12 minutes, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
who's this guy? Gnarls?
Yeah. So it starts with a 6-minute long skate part with a crazy diversity of really sick and not quite that sick. And then there's a music video of someone else.
Okay, I'm invested.
I think it's just his buddy or something. And then the last few minutes are a snowboard part.
That sounds pretty decent. So
yeah, it's kind of sick.
He has a skateboard part, he has a snowboard part. Homie has a music video.
Yeah.
Did the track slap?
I skipped through that, and I also didn't watch the snowboard part. I only watched the skating part, which was long enough. It was a long, long part.
Right. Well, I'm gonna have to scrub it at least to pull up footage to put in the edit.
It's Blake Lamb, his Brown's Connection part.
But Brown's Connection, right?
Yeah, it was I don't know. It was an interesting watching experience.
Brown's Connection sounds like if you pooped into another butt.
Oh my god. I'm going to put that. I want to poop back and forth.
not into the butt, but we like two butts. I almost said we, like it only happens if it was me and you, but like we poo with a bit of a gap between our butts, and then the poos touch, but nothing else. Oh, that's the Browns connection right there.
I hate that thinking about having to make this image.
You don't have to make the image.
No, I'll just find a video of it.
Yeah, of me and you doing that.
I have a clip of us doing that. Huh. Well, I'll have to check out his Browns connection part.
You don't have to. I pretty much told. There were some good bangers, but if you saw that Minneapolis Clips post, that was pretty much all of them.
Yeah,
there were some other good stuff, but I had very high expectations based on that post, and felt not quite let down, but not let down, but kind of let to the side, where it's like, this is not at all what I was expecting, you know? Just like, I was not expecting to be part of a snowboard part or a music video.
Yeah, I don't know if this cat, based on what you said, is like heavily more like snowboarder first, and no sliding in snowboarders, but they do make interesting skate parts at times. Like ones who don't skate that much, because they'll have some crazy tricks so good. Usually it's like 270 lips and all that shit, like it's so
50,
easy.
360.
Yeah, exactly. But then it'll be like way above all the rest of the tricks that they can do a lot of times, because like, oh, I just know how to torque that.
Yeah. There's also a clip of him snow skating on his Insta. That's cool. Anyways,
should have had a
enough
section
about
in there.
Blake Lamb.
Well, there's never enough about him. So I'm chugging some coffee, because last week I definitely noticed I was very low energy, having any cold ones on the show, and I feel like it's a disservice to the loyal fan base.
I just had a coffee too, but I didn't have one specifically for this purpose. I just had one because it's the only way to get through the days these days.
I hear ya.
Yeah.
You hammer enough those coffees throughout the day. The Brown connection's more like, dumping a puddle into another puddle.
Yeah. Or the Brown connection is the connection of the coffee that you're ingesting when it touches the pile of poo in your stomach.
There you go.
That's how the human body works, right?
Yeah, you just pour it in. It's just like a tube.
There's a stomach, and the coffee goes into the stomach bucket
Splashes
with
into
the rest of the poo and
water.
Then from there directly out the rear.
Yeah. It's basic science.
As far as I know, that's what goes on.
What'd you think of the new Jenny Tatterdemalion video?
I liked it. I liked everything about it.
Did you like the name?
The name was the thing I liked the least about it. Not that I disliked the name. It's creative. It's tough to say and remember.
What does Tatterdemalion mean to you?
Some type of like hobo or something like that, because of course it was Googled.
Probably sure.
Or it's also a superhero, I believe, of some kind, like a Marvel character. I was surprised. It's such a shock that Thrasher had a typo on their website. Like, how do you misspell that?
They misspelled Tatterdemalion? Yeah. Someone's getting fired for that blunder, I hope.
Yeah, you're telling me. But I thought it was great. It was a Vans sponsored video, I guess. So going into it, I knew that there wouldn't be any Kieran or Mikey, Brad. So I wasn't let down by not seeing much of them. But the plus side is we got full Magnus part, which is always great.
Always.
Stephen Burke, welcome to the squad. Amazing.
Didn't know who that cat was.
Siemens.
Went on his Instagram today. Shreds.
Yeah, he's great. Very good.
And Ryan Siemens, he is very good. Pop guy. You can pop those Kickleback Smiths real high. It's crazy.
What was your standout favorite trick in the vid?
I only give it one watch.
You have to remember.
I did
the whole thing.
I mean, it's a little lame, but like, because it was like the cover photo. I did like that crook that Ryan did, because he had to seemingly like duck under a stair set right away before, which maybe didn't affect too much, but I just thought it looked cool.
That's cool.
What did it for you? What really tickled your berries?
There are a couple things, I think. Magnus's last trick, I think it was his last trick, he kickflips like over a bump.
Oh yeah, you showed me that when we were, that's so big.
Yeah. I think I maybe heard that he had done that, but I knew that a few other people had tried it too, like all at the same time, because it's a pretty new spot. So good to see it go down. And I also really liked Steven does like a switchback tail popover on those classic barriers.
All that stuff on there was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I liked how Kieran's clip something I had watched earlier in the week. Someone else nollie shoves that same stack, so it was good to see how it looked when Kieran did it. Also,
I like
in a
that.
line. So
there was the nollie shove
really
and the
good,
fakie front shove in it down that stack. That was cool.
And yeah, it was a great vid.
Yeah, I remember a while ago knowing that it was like a Vans thing, so there wouldn't be in it, but I obviously forgot because I watched and I was like, oh, what were all these dudes' blips? And then I had to get Kieran yell at me through the chat of like, it was a Vans video, that's why I only had one clip or whatever. Honestly,
Well,
I think it's just
I knew
he
because
can't skate. I think that he tried and he didn't get anything.
Yeah, because he's saving all his clips for Club Bangers 3 coming soon. Just kidding. I got all his throwaway at least.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kickflip back tail?
Yeah. Yeah, we got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wouldn't be a Kieran part without a kicky back tail. You catch my drift?
I'm catching it, man.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Right on. What else did you like? Oh, I mean, I guess in related news, Mikey went pro.
Yeah, that was cool. Gonna
Yeah.
have to cop some of those decks, if you know what I mean.
Buy them.
Yeah.
Or get them in some way. Yeah, no, I mean, well deserved. The guy puts out a part every other week. He was Sushuing before Sushu, right?
That's true.
It is a particularly great time, though. Like the one video where he couldn't have a part in to go pro after, which is kind of interesting. But, I mean, obviously he's sitting on racks of clips, right?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, hopefully there's something, the next bangingest part. You know, like every part he puts out is like crazier than last somehow. Like how much crazier can you get? But I guess we'll see at some point.
3 more stairs, I guess.
Maybe even 2 or 3, 4.
I like the photo from him going pro that I saw of him and his dad, like, raging shirtless. Seemed like a pretty dope dude. Your dad's popping his tarp off in the club. He can hang.
Yeah. My dad would never.
No, your dad won't even take his shirt off in the bedroom.
How do you know?
We have sleepovers.
Who told you?
I'm joshing. He does keep it on the pool, though.
Nah. So, what else?
I don't know, lots of stuff.
Your Mark Suchu review got some great organic viewing and comments.
Yeah, it was their third thing when you would YouTube Mark Suchu for a second, Josh told me.
You or Josh clearly don't know how YouTube algorithms work, but that's fine. So, I mean, like...
Oh, it shows up for me there, but not for the rest of the world. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I looked on mine and it was like 6th down when you sent that to me. I also just didn't respond because I didn't want to have to explain algorithms to you over text.
That's fair. It's hard enough in person.
And then I searched Mark Suchu from like a private browser, so it has like no browsing history or anything like that. And it's just, you don't make enough pages, you know? I didn't have enough time to scroll through that many pages to find it.
All right,
so I don't think it was that, but I mean, we all saw the comments.
I mean, a couple of strangers were pretty bummed that I didn't put enough respect on Mark's name.
Yeah, and I don't think that it's like the classic case of like, you're allowed to like review a movie even though you can't make a better one yourself. These gentlemen in the comments seem to think that if you couldn't do those tricks, you're not allowed to even talk about them. So, Tyler, no more reviews.
Are you kidding me? I'll have to dredge the 1000th page of YouTube right after my review to find a kid's part that I'm allowed to review because he's less sick than me. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. That is a funny rule,
yeah,
I guess.
But you know, it's good proof that if we put out enough reviews, you know, we'll get some new viewers in.
Apparently, we busted 150 subscribers. We're big time.
We got 312 views on that review.
That's
to
way more than what we
typical,
normally get, and it's way easier to make.
Yeah, we should do more of those. I know there's a primitive video dropping tomorrow that unfortunately we're not going to be able to talk about today, but maybe we could do some reviews on that.
A Tiago and a Spenny by the looks of it.
No, Wade.
Oh, really? Oh, I just saw a post real quick. There, same. Oh,
yeah, that was Wade.
That's better. Well, I don't want to say better, but that's sick.
We could discuss it tomorrow, but maybe we could both do reviews. We each tackle one part, have a little double review go up, see if we can get, you know, some more people talking shit on us in the comments. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. Done deal.
I also liked your decision to respond to lots of them. Isn't the strategy that I would take, but
engagement, man, going for it.
I guess so. Yeah, but I personally enjoyed the review quite thoroughly.
But I also think that they weren't that upset, because despite most of the comments being like, "You're a fucking idiot. You don't even skate," no dislikes on it.
Are you sure about that, or is it just that YouTube hides dislikes now?
Probably the second one, then.
It is the second one.
It hides dislikes, and what's the point of disliking something?
Yeah, I don't know, but not bad. Try do any of these tricks, says Nico Martinen 98. You, sir, have no idea what you're talking about. My advice would be to stay away from skate reviews. A full-grown man saying "D's," ... and that comment got 5 likes.
Fuck!
Yeah. And then you decided to respond, and he commented back saying, like I said, you have no idea what you are talking about.
Fuck. I have some idea, but
I don't agree with Armin 38822, but I appreciate his honesty about what he thinks about your review.
You know what?
About what you think about Mark Suchu's.
I respect his right to review my review.
Me too. And I hope...
Even though he couldn't review half the way I can, so he should stop reviewing my review. If you can't review like me...
My advice to him would be to stay away from commenting on skate reviews. A grown man talking about a grown man saying "D's," there's more important things going on the YouTube than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that these reviews are the next strategy if we want to continue our potential growth.
We've been aggressively going after growth in the last year for sure, so that is a good move.
Yeah.
We thought putting out half an hour episodes of two strangers talking about skateboarding loosely would do it, but that doesn't seem to be reeling him in the way we thought.
No. So,
Well, we probably don't have to talk about the part because, I already said it all there. But if you have some comments on Mark Sushu's latest part, then now's the time, buddy.
I liked it. I liked when he did all those tricks. I couldn't really tell what exactly they were on all those different small-ish rails, but it was kind of him to throw in. He does a kicky back 5-0 on kind of a tall hubba that's just thrown in the mix of all those crazy tricks. So it's just I'm straining to figure out what kind of half cab he did into what kind of Feebler Smith. And then we get a flip 5-0, and my brain's like, oh, thank God, and then right back into it, which was appreciated from a guy with such a small brain like myself.
Yeah, your brain is not fast.
No,
so
well,
thanks,
it's normal speed. It's just so small that it doesn't have the.
Yeah, like a hamster can move fast because it's so small it can't really get anywhere.
It's not. Yeah, it looks like it's working hard, but it's really not going anywhere at all. That's what happens up here most of the time.
Up in the old hamster cage there, hey?
Yeah, it looks like it's working, but not very
Your head
well.
actually kind of looks like a hamster cage. Kind of looks like a bunch of wood chips and hamster poop and stuff.
I guess so.
Yeah. Would you say that was his favorite part of yours of the last year?
Probably, yeah. It definitely stands out more than the others. Maybe because it's the most recent.
Time. Time's a flat circle, my man.
I don't know, but Chima threw out a new part too.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder, who else in the Thrasher Skater of the Year finalists have another little secret in their back pocket that they're waiting to the last minute to throw out there. Jack O'Grady, or we got something coming from you?
I could see some Jack O'Grady coming out. I I mean, as far as the Chima one, throughout is kind of the right word. Why didn't you drop that before the other one, you know? Ramp it up.
Yeah, and also, like, the Thrasher description was like, you're gonna want to stick around for the ender, and it was like a pretty big kickflip with a hand drag.
Yeah, you use it as your thumbnail all the time. I didn't have to stick around. I already knew what it was.
That's true, yeah. I also thought it was kind of funny. It starts with like a film angle of a frontside 180. And then when the part starts, it's 2 angles of another frontside 180. And then there's like some other trick. And then there's a line that starts with a frontside 180. Like in the first like minute, there's like 20 front 180s.
Like a young Tyler Gertz.
I was about to say, I thought it was I was watching a Tyler Gertz part.
Yeah,
but he didn't grab onto the melon grab while he was frontside 180ing. So
probably
Tyler
didn't know
Gertz.
how. Betcha.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that line at Martin Place there with like 180 over the bench and then fakey frontside flip. It's cool, looks good, but you can't deliver that after you already alley-oop the hardest tricks over that rail. Mm-hmm. I don't think. I don't know.
It's like, it's the way he delivered that is like if you had, you know, got a delicious deep dish Pizza Hut 4-topping banger, and then as soon as you finished it, took out a crappy frozen 2-cheese pizza from the oven.
Why would you
Who
do
wants that? I wouldn't mind
don't.
that on a Tuesday, but I don't want it on a Friday evening after Pizza Hut.
Nope, no sir, not after a Pizza Hut wind-up.
No, not after a triple treat box.
What's in that?
You get, I think it's like 2 pizzas and a big cookie thing. That's the triple treat.
I love.
Me and Kevin Friesen got it multiple times when he was here.
Aw, yeah, that does sound like Kevin.
A while ago. Anyways,
I love anywhere that isn't a Pizza Hut anymore. Like all those blogs about that and stuff. Like just any business that was a Pizza Hut at one point, and you're like, oh, they sell insurance, but they still have the Pizza Hut hat on their building.
Oh, it took me a moment to figure out what you were talking about.
I say a lot of words at once. Sometimes they come out all jumbled.
I like blogs more than Pizza Hut. Is where I thought you were going.
Nah.
Like I wouldn't compare them. I prefer Pizza Hut to blogs in general.
Can't eat a blog.
I mean, you could. It wouldn't be tasty.
Not like a delicious 4-topping deep dish.
No, triple treat box.
Get me all revved up just thinking about it. Maybe I'll go back to 1997 after we're done here and get myself some Pizza Hut.
You know what? Speaking of pizza, did you watch the pizza video that dropped this morning?
I cannot think of anything in it that you're going to bother bringing up that is worth it. But yes, I watched it.
3 things. I don't really enjoy watching a video at that length when I don't know who anyone is that I'm watching.
Especially when one's a small child.
Well, there's, Marcus Atwood Jr., small child. He stands out from the crowd because he's so much younger than everyone, smaller, other than there was one other child. But anyways, for the most part, everyone else, I didn't know who I was watching. I also thought it was interesting. It was a classic, well, not classic, but the new kind of 4x3 HD style that people are doing, but using like the HPX or HVX with the extreme fisheye, which one isn't full HD, so it's like a 720p 4x3, and also the fisheye just isn't wide enough to make it look good. It just looks like a shitty, like, accident, like they exported wrong or something.
I tend to agree.
Yeah, that's something that literally, like, I thought that you would be able to have a conversation about that kind of stuff because you make videos, but
I didn't pay attention at all. I thought people were done with that lens anyway.
No, not at all. But it's just, I've remembered that, like, there are times where, like, you'll see a VX clip and think it just looks bad and is HD or something, you know, like.
I really don't pay a lot of attention. I think you give me too much credit.
I think I do too, but it's fine.
Just because my brain is like normal human sized and not the size of a small hamster, but it's all for show. That's a show brain.
Yeah.
I saw a good comment on Instagram today it was a clip of an old throwback clip of, I forget his name, some Canadian dude from 2002 doing a crook to back lip on Eye Doctor. The name eludes me. And one of the comments was, it referred to the backside lip slide as an overboard. The comment was, more people just need to run that crook to overboard. And I was like, that's the best name for a lip slide ever. We should call it that.
I do like that name. I was going to call that person an idiot, but
It's
it
great.
just kind of works.
It makes more sense. Overboard. Like, backside overboard.
Yeah.
Although that
Are you
gets
gonna-
confusing.
Do you think you're going to start using that term? Or you just like the idea of it?
I don't know. Like,
We'll never
if I
say
see
it again.
someone drop like a fat board bomb overboard, that would be pretty sick.
Or like only use overboard if it's a combo.
Because then it gets like twofold, where it's like they're really going overboard, like doing too much.
I didn't even think of that.
Double in tenure entry is what that's called.
Is that French?
It's Low German. So while I was on the can, where I saw that comment, I took the couple minutes and was trying to think of other tricks that need renaming. And I'd like to get your take on a few that I came up with very quickly.
Let's hear 'em.
I mean, obviously, 5-0, tail grind. Like, what are we doing there? That's what it should be called anyway.
Yeah.
We're in agreement.
But then you'd have to rename 50-50 too, I think.
I don't think so, because that one's a standalone. You know? When they did 5-0, they didn't realize that we were going to be getting on the nose, soon after that. So...
But it's not a standalone.
Well, like...
Because
there's no...
like...
What's the
it wouldn't
opposite
just
of
be
50,
like
What's the other...
Just a truck grind. Like there's no... It doesn't need to be an opposite.
But how there's like a tail slide, a
trucker.
nose slide, a 5-0, a nose grind. There's no... Like, it's just a 50.
I guess so. But I think if we were getting rid of the 5-0, we should get rid of the 50-50 too.
Maybe we could make it something a little more inclusive. 5-0, it's like a little inside baseball, like if you don't know the language. Tail grind, people can figure it out.
Yeah, okay. Anyways.
Hard flip. This one's a little basic, but outward kick flip. I mean, strictly based on the fact that it's too easy for people.
Disagree.
It's not hard anymore. Every single kid does them. Outward kick flip is not my favorite, but it needs a different name.
I think in that case, I'm thinking we've got varial heel and inward heel. Those make sense, right? But then so shouldn't we have... actually, in your case, that would work. But then the varials make it confusing because one's front side and one's backside for kickflip and heel flip. So I would say I'd want the hard flip to also be inward kickflip, even though it's outward, kind of. Depends which direction you're looking.
It's the opposite way of an inward heel, so it's outward. But it doesn't matter because we're going to rename inward heels anyway. We're going to rename those.
What about varial flip and anti-varial flip?
There's no such thing. We're calling inward heels hard flips from now on because that's the harder flip.
Okay, fine.
That one makes more sense. So then we can ditch the whole thing.
Oh yeah, so there's no inwards at all. There's outward.
So that's hard.
So there should be.
I mean the inward gets into a whole other conversation. I really like when you coined Inwi years ago. Still use it almost exclusively.
Inwi, of course.
Inwi, Ninwi, Swinwi, Finwi. Yeah, they're great. Alley-oop, 180 switch crooks, over tail grind.
Yeah, works.
Or like past tail, something where it's very easy.
And then so would there be like a over blunt grind?
Yeah. There's some variant because if you say 180 switch crooks, you need more of a qualifier for people to know what the hell you're talking about. So, impossible, quite possible, or very possible.
Bad one.
Yeah, it's not great, but I mean, I'm trying to make it easier for the newcomers. You see how many impossibles are out?
Or just like a back foot wraparound, and then you got the front foot wraparound too.
Okay, yeah, I like it. Go more literal. And then last one,
or you shorten it to just a nice wraparound.
Just nice wrap. But then people are gonna start saying wrapper, and you're gonna be like white wrapper, like nully varial heel.
I don't think people would call it a wraparound in the first place to get it that far.
Yeah, I don't know. Last one, fake yellow should just be a folly.
Yeah.
Right.
But then what about switch ollie? Swally?
I would go.
If you're gonna go folly, you got to go swally.
Yeah, I would go with that. Let's simplify it all. We need more uniform names.
But then a regular ollie should be like a tolly, like a tail ollie. If you're gonna go nose ollie for nollie, fakey ollie, you should,
Nah, we'll stick with ollie. You're complicating things, Alice. Oh, the show's over. Holy shit.
Pretty much, yeah. We didn't even get to
anything. Didn't even get to other stuff.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
I didn't want to talk about it anyways.
We learned about overboards. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Any last words? Oh, I should probably
pancake.
Oh, wouldn't be a new episode of the show without Getting the puppy in here.
Oh, how he's grown.
He's so fluffy now. He's grown so much fur in the last month.
That'll happen when you live indoors under a roof, eh? I mean, look at
we're
you.
gonna
You
go
live
for
in a
a
house
nice
and look how
walk.
furry you are.
I know, he's catching on.
You guys look the same already.
He was biting my knuckles and started yawning.
Oh.
Say whammy Grammy. Whammy Grammy.
Whammy Grammy, Wei Wei.